However, in my estimation, my opinion would be not to be left holding no land at that point. Once the developers come through, at least we may be able to acquire some property to be used further in the future, that could potentially be sold at the time the developer issues us land. That's the hypothesis that I'm working under at this point. Of course, I will approach the board should there need to be any concrete movement in the direction of land in that area. Ascertain any comments at this point.
There's always the possibility of offering impact fee credits for that $620,000 that would offset that cost.
Yes, sir. From my understanding, the impact fees that Pulte Home would receive from the properties that they have is approximately $87,000 at this point. So it's really not substantial.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is else that they can do with that land aside from take the fill out of it. That's what they're...
Well, I'm sure you're still going to keep working on this.
Yes, sir, I am. Unless there's any further questions, I'll move to my next item.
No, the only comment that I think we all share the same opinion from a current meeting that waiting till after all the properties developed out there is not the time to be looking at where we're going to put a fire station. So I'm sure that still should be on the front burner to find some what's I consider affordable. That doesn't sound affordable.
We're working very diligently on some alternative plans at this point. I don't want to divulge anything until
Sure.
something becomes more
That's
concrete. My second item is I believe I sent the commission the annual report. Did the commission have an opportunity to look at it or have any comments?
Yes, very nice, very nicely done.
And additionally, the fire mark, I believed I had sent that to you, but apparently I looked at my sent items and I didn't. So I printed off some copies for you to view. It's our quarterly report, as you know, and I know last board meeting.
Is the fire mark emailed to us or mailed to us?
I did. I thought I had emailed it to you, but apparently not. It was emailed to me by.
Is it emailed throughout the city?
I do not email it throughout the city. However, I would also like to give some kudos to Natalie, who worked on this diligently. She did a fantastic job. She herded all the cats in the district to put together this, put together these documents, and she did a fantastic job. My next item would be Tice Fire District has approached us and will be utilizing our shop to do their work on their fire engines down here. They're driving a long way because they like the service that we provide. It's just somebody else besides the city and also San Carlos that will be using our services. So we're very happy about that. They were very pleased with the program that Deputy Chief Giuliano's running. Additionally, Deputy Chief DeWitt has worked on a website. So what we'd like to do is demonstrate our new website.
Mm-hmm.
The room wasn't set up for everybody to view it on that back wall, so we made some improvisation here.
We should turn the lights off.
Can we turn those lights out, or is that as bright as we can get it there?
Turn these out.
Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. If you want to take it over, Greg.
No. Can you guys all see, commissioners?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's the fire behind there, Greg?
There we go. That's better.
That's coming.
Leave the
Right.
light. Yeah, that's better.
Right now, this is in the, probably I'd say 3/4 of the way done. I know 2 months ago you guys tasked us with changing our website. So we went out and got a new vendor, and I think we did fairly well with it. Like I said, this is in the probably halfway to 3/4 of the way done. The chief is asked to have this background where you see it's all white, It's going to be actually have flames and stuff on it and make it more look like a fire department website. So, but myself and Nicole Hornberger has been working very hard about putting everything on. This is what the public's going to see. You don't have to log in, but we also do have a part of it that if we wanted to log in and we can send out different emails or whatever, it's strictly for people who log into it. But just to go through some things that are unique about it, our board meetings are going to be on there. You click on it, and it's going to have all our agendas and the board minute meetings. With this new website that we've got, it makes it a lot easier to upload stuff and to do certain things easier. So before we'd have to send it to the person who was doing it before. Now myself or Iris or the chief or Deputy Chief Giuliano or even Nicole or Natalie can just upload it from their desk. We don't have to send it somewhere.
Are they going to be, the meeting's going to be streamed, or is it just going to be text?
It can be streamed. That's something we'd have to set up with IT. The website itself is capable of doing streaming. That's going to be something that we'd have to look at down the road a little bit. It's not going to be something right away, only because of the technology that goes along with it and the bandwidth and so on. And
I think, if I interject here
Go ahead.
also, Chief DeWitt also mentioned that, you might have forgot this, but that we're going to put a link on there to the YouTube videos where you can go directly to the videos.
That's good enough.
yeah, we're going to have all that. It does have the capabilities of doing streaming, but anything that we put on here, we will put a link to the YouTube because we, like tomorrow morning, we'll upload this to YouTube.
Okay, well, that makes
So.
sense then, okay.
The public's going to access this the same way they do our current one, which is going to be at bonitafire.org. Right now, you see the address is a little something different. That's only because it's on the test site right now. We're uploading everything, and when we go live with it, it will be our same web address of bonitafire.org. So none of that will change. Some unique things on here makes it a lot easier. Here's commissioners and staff. If they want to email any one of you guys or us, it's just one click link. We're trying to make this as user-friendly as possible. We've got the finance department. All the annual budgets on there and the audits are just downloads and clicks away. And depending on your bandwidth is how quick it's going to go. But so all that is going to be accessible from the website itself. We have all our station locations on there and a picture of the station. Here's the phone number to that specific station if you live in that neighborhood. The other thing that we have on there that's pretty neat, I think, is, like I said, we've got our CERT application and org chart and letters of new interest to CERT. So we've got all our different aspects of the fire department on this website, from operations to training, finance, fire prevention. Business owners are going to be able to go there to our fire prevention and see an overview of what they have to do. Then we also, the permitting, and we also have the procedures. So that's going to be a little bit more easily accessible for the public. The other thing that we do have on here is important links from, if we have news events, anything like that we can put up there. If you did notice on the home page, we've got scrolling pictures. We also have, if something's going on, we can have it scrolling right here as news media. Seasonal messages that we can change at the fly. Again, makes it a lot easier to utilize for us. Was a big reason why we changed it. Photo galleries. And again, what you see here, I'm not logged in as an administrator or anything. This is what the public can do right now.
Greg, if you wouldn't go to the press releases and show that as well.
Press releases that we have put out there over the past. And again, we'll update these whenever one goes out. And it's easily updated.
The idea was, as the board well knows, the website we're using now, I believe, was unfunctionable. I had a hard time navigating it, and I think what Chief DeWitt has done here is a fantastic job of finding this. And essentially, a web designer. I don't know, Chief DeWitt, what was the cost for?
We got two bids. We had one bid from a local company here called, I would rather not say, but it was just to design the web page was $3,500, and then another $40 or $45 a month to host it. What we found on this one was they designed it, or they gave it the template, and helped us design it, and it cost us $695, and then the monthly web hosting is $39 a month.
Sounds reasonable enough.
And the 39, I think the 39 is the going. I mean, it's cheap to going rate. So, and the 695, like I said, I know myself. I've been on the phone with them and email in the last 2 weeks probably a dozen times, and they're more than happy to help us. And it's a flat fee. It's not like they're going to hit us with a bill 2 weeks from now that says, "Oh, you've done all this stuff." Because up until the time that we say go, everything's included in that 695.
Really?
Wow.
Do they update it for you?
They host it, they update it. They take the security on it. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. A year ago, 8 months ago, we were hacked 2 different times by the Turkish army. So they handle all the security and everything on this. All we do is send them a check every quarter for whatever 39 times 4 is.
Greg, are we going to put some kind of stories or with pictures and all that that get told that when you do these Phoenix Awards, and you could even go back for the last couple of years and put that in as a database? So
We can, and some of the things, like if you look under the chief's desk,
yeah,
here's a little what's going on here, how the chief became to be. And
Right.
we also have our history, our mission statement, deputy chief's report, which is what's in the annual report. So we can do something like that, either underneath the chief's desk, or, like I said, to put something right here. These two seasonal messages we can change on the fly. We can change these every week, every month, every day if we wanted to. I think we're only limited by our imagination and by our staff. How much time and effort do we want to put onto it daily? One thing that it also has, we don't have it up and running right now, but it's like a little scrolling crawl, like this thing right here. We could have this right here where it says annual report. If we only got 3 things on there right now: our ISO rating, letting everybody know the fire mark is out, and the annual report is out. We could have this as unlimited. We could put those stories that you speak of.
yeah, you could call them life-saving
Yeah, we
stories
could
of
do
the
any of
quarter
that.
or whatever. What about, could we put on this website your financial reports that we approve at every month's board meeting? That way the people in the media, or the
It's already on there in the minutes of the board.
In the minutes of the
no,
meeting,
not
like
is it?
Yeah,
so
they've
the
got-
if you go to
financials are
January's
part of it?
minutes,
They're all part of the
it'll
minutes.
show that.
Okay.
The approved minutes will be on there. And again, like I said before, we got a whole finance section too. We've got the budgets and the audits. So, and I think some of these will alleviate some staff hours, that if somebody wants to get an audit, they have to come in and see Lisa or Iris about it. This would alleviate this. They can go right to our website and,
Right.
and download it themselves and print it.
It's looking really good.
Like I said, all this white you see will be red flames, and then I think everything that's gold will be black or stay gold, is my anticipation of what it will look like.
We
How
saw the
far
dem-
away are you?
I'm sorry?
How far away are you from having it up and
That
running?
was supposed to be done on Friday. I emailed them Friday because we looked at it Friday. We kind of did a trial run of this on Friday, knowing where we were going to put it. And I asked her, the chief and I discussed it along with the rest of the staff, and they didn't like the way the white was really looking. So we went back to them and said, can you put it to flame? They have a sample or a sample one. And I said, can we put it to that? And they said yes, but it may take them a day or 2. So.
So we're pretty close to having this.
Yeah, we're pretty
operational.
close. I would say, realistically, going live 2 weeks.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
great.
just to give benefit of doubt, just make sure we see everything. And
Nice
again,
job.
once we go live, all that means is that if we spell something wrong, the public's going to see it.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's all that going live means, is just, we can still tweak it at any time. If we don't like the layout of the flames in 2 weeks from now, we can change it back to this. We can simply write them and change it. And like I said, they're a very good company to work with. We had no
The
problems
biggest
whatsoever.
biggest improvement is you don't have to lay your head over to the side to read on like our
Yeah.
current website.
And again, as you see this one, it goes 3 deep. If you've got a wider screen, it will stretch it out also, so that it adapts it. The other good thing about this is that it comes up on your mobile device also. So if you have an iPad or a tablet of some type, or your smartphone, it's on there with everything you can see and download also.
That's great. Very nice job.
I think we'll segue into the next portion. We wanted to utilize this website just to speak about some events. Deputy Chief DeWitt and myself attended a charity function this charity function, you'll see some of the pictures up here. This charity function was basically a New Orleans special. That was the theme was the New Orleans special, and that's where the sheriff's office and the fire district were auctioning off. We auctioned off 2 days of our DMP show that we perform here. That's when we go out and we do. Many of you have seen it. When we go out and we do the rappelling and we set the car on fire and we give bucket rides. And, Chief DeWitt and myself went and we sold 2 tickets for a day here at the fire department for 11 people. Was it? For 11 people with our chili team cooking for them for $2,500 each.
Nice.
It's $5,000 we raised, and this was the Foundation for the Mentally Disabled. And what they do is provide housing for these mentally disabled people. It was a fantastic event.
Good.
Nice job.
I know Greg was scrolling through some of the pictures.
The Heat tried to get this guy to play ball, but he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I asked him. I thought he's 8'6".
And this is the lady who won.
She
one of
she
the
paid. It was her and another gentleman. Both paid $2,500 for the day here.
That's nice.
It was a great event. Next, I was invited to go to the Marine Corps League. These gentlemen up here in the picture in the back, these are Iwo Jima survivors. They had just redid this statue, this replica of the Iwo Jima mountain, Mount Suribachi. So it was a fantastic event. The reason why I got invited was because we did one of our DMP shows for troubled kids. Now, these kids that we did our show for, that were here, they were all dressed in military fatigues. In the Marine Corps, they run them through like a quasi boot camp. Now, what these kids are used to seeing is the way it was explained to me, the only contact they have with adults is either carrying drugs for them, carrying their gun, or some other kind of sexual favors, the way it was described to me. So these kids are really troubled kids. And they came in here for that DMP show, and they said, well, let me tell you that the firefighters, for the first time in their lives, they saw these kids looking up to somebody. These firefighters were out here showing them what they did for a living. I came in and spoke with these kids, and they were wide-eyed, like the captain said for the Marine Corps. He said he'd never seen them that wide-eyed, and he couldn't believe how they were looking up to the firefighters out there when we were performing the functions. So they invited me over to see their to the Marine Corps League to show some appreciation. And on the 21st, I'm going down there to meet these kids because they're graduating from this very special program.
If I
It's
can
just
interrupt.
something that the district has done that's been great.
If I can just interrupt, the way that those children came here was again through a lady named Kathy, I forget what her last name is. Anyway, she bought on auction one of these DMP shows, and that's what she decided to give these kids this event for them for the auction.
Super.
It's great. I think we have the next picture. The local VFW held a special firefighter of the year award. We showed up at the VFW. They had lunch for us. We had a large majority, well, I'd say some of the shift there, and some of the applicants that showed up. Chief DeWitt will scroll through some of the pictures here. It was another great event. Everybody was ribbing me because I made sure they stood behind the Marine Corps flag there. But firefighter or Lieutenant Steve Bunn won the honors from the VFW. A bunch of very special people who hosted this, and we can't thank the VFW enough for what they showed us and how they treated us. So that showcases some of the things that we're going to be doing with our website and some of the events that took place over the last month. With that, I will end my report.
Nice work. Do you have anything else, Greg? Your report?
No, I do not.
Okay, thanks, Greg. Thank you very much. Frank?
Good evening. I've only got a few things today. Very quickly, a couple calls we ran. I'd like to acknowledge several calls that came in recently. The first one was one you may have heard about in the news this weekend. A tragic accident involving a 2-year-old little girl who was killed after being run over in her own driveway. I just want to say we were praying for her family and for the first responders who ran the call. It was a horrific accident. Please be aware of your surroundings when you're backing in and out of your car. This happens a lot. The kids run behind the car, nobody knows, and that's exactly what happened. It was just an accident. In addition to our normal load of medical calls, car accidents, hazmat incidents, and such, I'd like to highlight several fires this past month. They were mostly kitchen and garage fires. In each of these instances, our crews arrived within minutes and minimized the damage to the structures. Without the expertise of your Bonita Springs firefighters extinguishing these fires, there would have been extensive damage and possibly loss of life. We even had a CERT member, Kent Van Hoogstraat, recently trained in fire extinguishment, put out a small fire in his neighbor's kitchen, saving her her whole condo and her house. So he was all happy because he just learned how to do it. He was over there working on the house doing something, and she started screaming her kitchen was on fire. So he put the fire out. So kudos to him, CERT member. We also had a fire 12 miles offshore, $1 million boat. You guys probably seen that one on TV as well. There were several other fire districts on scene of the boat fire, and 2 people were plucked from the Gulf. They were treading water after abandoning their vessel. The boat was lost, but the lives were saved by the firefighters who are properly trained and expertly equipped for these situations. Our wildfire season is also picking up, and our brush trucks have been busy in both North Naples and Estero fighting brush fires. Our brush fire season is just getting started, and we expect to be very busy these coming months. So that's just a few calls this month.
Thank you. Commissioner's business. Start with Commissioner Fitzgerald this evening.
I have nothing, thank you.
Commissioner Forbes,
Have nothing.
Commissioner Conforti,
Nothing.
Commissioner Casella.
Yeah, I just take, at this time, take some time to thank the chief and his staff. Well, I should rephrase that. Iris and her staff for getting me acclimated and getting all the things I need to know and all the paperwork that I had to hit. Thank you. And also, Chief, I want to thank you for this annual report. It's very informative and detailed. I really appreciate what you did.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I have nothing this evening. Public input.
I would like to mention, Chairman, that we skipped Local 3444 business.
We did. I apologize for that.
I just had 2 announcements. Our Chile team will be competing at the Celebrate Bonita on the 29th. And also, I'm happy to report, the annual Citrus Park softball game. We did not lose,
Oh, wow.
but
Oh, is
we
it
did not
canceled?
win either. It ended in a 13-all tie in 9 innings. And they decided, 10 innings, sorry. Greg played, so at least we didn't
there's
lose.
hope.
So it carries over till next year.
I apologize for skipping that item. I have a new little thing here that it's not working. I haven't learned all the tricks of it yet. I apologize. Public input now.
Hi, I'm Deborah McLean, publisher of the Banana Peel, and I'm really excited about your new website. I don't know if you all realize, but I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. I have over 900 people, 2/3 of them fire and law enforcement, and the other third is conservation. And I get a lot of response from that when I post the Banana Peel there, and also on Facebook. The other thing I wanted to say is I have requested from Bay Shore Fire District that wonderful ISO video that was published in the news press. And I would love to see the numbers or formulas applied to properties here in Bonita, and that video be posted on your new website. The numbers, $1,000, $1,700 per household by having their ISO rating low. It was a really constructive and positive explanation to the layperson on how it affects them to have that low rating. And congratulations on your rating of 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Alex Grant, 11851 East Terry Street, Bonita Springs. Just one question. On the annual report, how many structure fires did we have where we had to send out all 4 engine companies and the ladder company? Any comment in 2013? You have any idea?
Somebody can
Anybody?
get back to you on that. They probably have to look that up.
Yeah. We do the same response to every structure fire we receive.
But you send out what, 3 engines and a ladder?
3 engines and a ladder to every structure fire.
At every structure fire?
Yes.
That's,
Okay.
according to NFPA 1710, and also for our ISO rating.
That's
Okay.
the standard response.
Standard is 3
countywide.
engines and 1 ladder.
Yes, that's the standard response for every fire district in the county.
Okay, and that is 4 people on the ladder and at least 3 to 4 on each engine company. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Any further public input? Motion to adjourn?
Did
Oh.
have
So
one
moved.
comment. I didn't bring this up before, and I would like to thank Deborah for bringing it up, but the ISO report is in. We had not reported on it today. It's the same. It's a 3-9, 3 in town and a 9, the same as we have been. However, we are looking into trying to figure out if there's any steps we can take that could move us up into a 2. And there are possibilities, but we're just looking into that before we report to the board, because I'd like to see if we could increase at all.
What holds us back in the 9, though? What area of the city is it 9?
It's the,
DRGR.
It's the water supply system typically out east of Bonita Springs in the
The
DRGR
DRGR.
area.
Okay.
Commissioner, we really don't have very many homes that are in the 9 area.
Yeah.
One of the other things we're trying to do is to get that 9 to a 6, because we have automatic aid with a stereo that has a tanker. I was expecting it to go to a 6 for that reason. They didn't do it, and we haven't had time to call them up and find out why. But that may change. There's only a few houses out there like that.
Motion to adjourn?
Move.
Second.
Good night, thanks for coming.